You know, part of the fun of doing YouTube videos is that you get to speak a truth, at least as far as you can push the truth without going off the deep end. And I'm no stranger to a little bit of controversy. Some of the things that I can say. And so I figure, what the hell? Why hold back? Right? Let loose. And that's what I want to do at this point. I want to let loose. So today I'm talking about the no longer financial funding of dumb people. Now you say, well, what do you mean? Are you talking politically? Are you talking money? Are you talking what? No, I'm talking about people in general who have lived off the system, the chit, and then have the audacity to go out and scream racism. Nothing in this world drives me more insane than seeing these people who are clearly not in tune with what reality is. And have created this narrative that there's institutional racism, there's gaps in the disparity of, you know, economic growth and development and opportunities for people. I mean, they even go as far as saying, you know, it's all chalked up to white privilege. Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, they don't exist. They don't exist. Now, maybe 50, 60, even 100 years ago, yes, these things did exist. No, no if, no and, no buts. They existed. They happened. But you also have to remember that there are a lot of other things that also, quote unquote, happened. And not all of it was good. You say, like what? Well, welfare. Now, don't get me wrong. Welfare can be a good benefit to have when you're down and out on your luck. But you see, benefits like welfare were never meant to be taken advantage of the way they are today. And I'm not talking about people who, are legitimately disabled, incapable of working. I'm talking about these people that just want to be the scourge of society. And they want to take, 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 take. And they want to do their own little thing. Because according to them, you can't tell me what to do because I'm grown. I know what's good for me, you don't. Mind your business. If I want to go out and go have babies, I'll go out and go have babies. Well, okay, having babies is a free choice. There's no regulations on who can have babies and who can't. But then we come down to the big question. Since you want to make babies and have babies, who's going to take care of them? Well, my mama will take care of them, my auntie will take care of them, my grandma will take care of them. But you see, it's not their responsibility to take care of your irresponsibility. So then it comes down to the state. And the state says, well, we can't have kids in crappy diapers with no formula of food and a roof over their head and clothes on their back. So it looks like we have to be the one who now takes care of your irresponsibility. So what do? They slip you a little card and they say to you, okay, now you can go down to the local grocery store. You can buy formula, you can buy Pampers, you can buy food. And we might even have just enough. To even help you out with the rent every month. So once we give you all that, you should be all set. Well, okay. Now here they are using all that monthly allotment for themselves, basically. Oh, they're buying food, but they're buying food for themselves. And they're buying clothes, and again, it's for themselves. And meanwhile, the kid is learning to grow up in a single parent home. No discipline, getting in trouble in school, getting in trouble with the law. And that's when they start running into the bigger problems. Because at first it's juvenile hall, then it's off to real jail. And meanwhile, they're not learning any kind of a lesson. And once they get back out on the street, what are they doing? The very same thing they got busted for in the first place. And again, they have that secondary encounter with the police department. And this time around, well, turns into a shootout. Kids laying dead on the street. And now you got people running around screaming, police brutality, Rodney King, racism, racism, racism. And of course, that leads to a civil trial, which then at that point, they're awarded compensation. Now, you see, ladies and gentlemen, I have a humongous problem with that. because I don't believe that these families are entitled to a single red cent. Your son, your daughter, the criminals. Your son or daughter is dead because they put themselves in that position. They didn't want to go to jail. They didn't want to be detained. So what they did was they threw a hissy fit. And they screamed, "It's all about racism," when it had nothing to do with racism. But because they screamed it, now everybody believes it. Take the case of a 19-year-old Duke athlete who says she heard somebody yell out a racial slur, but never quite said what the racial slur was. With nobody, and there were a lot of people hanging around, and somebody would have heard it. But yet, nobody heard it. But because she said it, it must be true. You see, folks, you have to stop giving these people attention. You have to stop giving them the attention. You have to see through the facade. These are people that live off the government and aren't satisfied with what they get, even though it's more than a fair share. But they're looking for more. They think they're entitled to more. And there's no guarantee that you're entitled to anything. You get what you get. all this crap about entitlement and all that other stuff, nah. Doesn't work with me. Doesn't fly. So the sooner you cut them off, and the sooner you say, look, that's it. We're revoking your card. We're, we're not doing it. Now you have to go out and go work. See, countries like the Soviet Union do that with their people. They don't have a welfare system. They say either you go out and you go work, or you basically die. You say, well, that's cruel. That's just the way it is. But it takes away that self-entitlement. And that, folks, is what we need to be doing now. We need to take away that sense of entitlement. Because it's not privilege. You earn what you earn. Doesn't mean every opportunity is going to fall into your lap. Doesn't mean that. You're going to be passed over. It's just the way it is. Now you can either whine, piss, moan, and groan, or you can just do your job. Stick your nose to the grindstone and keep going. So, folks, it's time for a change. It's time to stop the bull. And that's all I have to say about that.